welcome to today's version of Organic Divinity. This is Joanne Francis, and I look forward to sharing this story with you. It is yet again an inspiring story of organic divinity and how it is we can actually live this life, this way of just living our life daily, including when we are facing some of the most difficult times in our life. And what I'd like to do is share a process with you that is a way for you to take the current emotions that you may be feeling right now, especially in these most difficult, most trying times in one's life. It's a way for you to simply begin to focus and look forward and focus on the forward instead of allowing all of the negative energy that has built up and is coursing through your physical self that is preventing you from doing so. And it's through this simple process. It's not any massive brand new way of thinking or doing, mind you. It is simply that when we get very caught up in this emotional power grid of ours, our inner selves is this personal power grid of energy. And it's that energy that provides us the emotional power of that power system that allows for us to know just where we are and what we are doing and what we are experiencing in our life. And it's through that we need to understand our inner selves and how our solar panel is either receiving or blocking all of the wonderful things that this beautiful divine universe has for us. But it's because we are so weighted down with the heaviness of all the negative emotions that we are focused on from all of the things that have happened to us in our past that brought us here to this moment in time, that we can't see it. And today, and over the course of the last couple of days, I've been talking with a friend and helping facilitate her own personal transformative healing. And it's an alternative way for her to do that. And I appreciate and thank her because it's through our exchange that we have co-created this beautiful message of or process how to deal with these negative emotions properly and effectively, to replace them with the positive energy that is surrounding you, but your solar panel is not receiving it. By now, you've had an opportunity to hear some of what my own personal experiences have been that has allowed me to get to this point. And it's through that process that I am grateful to the divine universe and most appreciative for all of the tools that I've been given that I can help someone understand their most sacred selves and how beautiful their inner self is that leads them up to that beautiful sacredness. But really, it's which comes first, the chicken or the egg kind of thing. Through this exchange and as we communicated back and forth, I was recalling all of the things you have heard me mention before as to how to deal with and change and exchange that energy. And today, this was the most beautiful, organic way of my receiving, if you will, this intuitive hit, because it's quite the organic way for her to replace the emotions, the negative emotions that are coursing through her body. As I mentioned in a previous recording, that the word emotion, E equals motion, because it is the energy coursing through your emotional guidance system, this personal power system that is telling you that something is amiss. And when we recognize that, we can then figure a way to replace that negative emotion. And as I contemplated on a way for her to replace that energy, some of the things that she was sharing with me that she was missing in her life, it didn't matter, and it does not matter now anymore, what it was that brought her there, but it was the emotion of what it was she was missing. And it was that she missed taking long walks with her animals, with her dogs. And so I suggested that she replace that emotion, because yes, and indeed, it's important for us to recognize all of the emotions that are coursing through, because we have been told and formatted and trained to not allow emotions into or out of our own personal power system, because we had to survive. And we must understand that we did survive because of that very prospect, or that very aspect, of walking and living and surviving this earth. But we can't do that anymore, because this is the age of subtle energy. And this is how we learn, and this is such a great way to understand just how this negative energy, this negative subtle energy that is coursing through you, can be replaced. And as you begin to replace it, that emotion, it's the missing emotion. So if she is missing the walks with her dog that she no longer has the chance to have, it's with the understanding that she can replace the emotion. She will not be able to replace the dog, and that's not necessarily the point for her to understand. It feels like that emotion of all that unconditional love that one gets from a dog that she is missing. And so it just came to me to say, in that beautiful, easy, organic way, I didn't have to even stop to think, you understand. And it was for me to suggest, hey, just go call your humane societies, the shelters, the animal rescue community, and volunteer to take the dogs for a walk. Because you know what? And you probably have already figured it out for yourselves, because those dogs are sharing the same emotion and are in need of the same positive replacement in any way they can. And so she is taking the negative energy that she feels and identifies as missing, and she can now replace it. She is transforming it, and she is now going to turn it into the compassion for another animal or person or being, if you will, on this earth, such as these dogs. How simple is that? It's that simple. It doesn't arrive. It doesn't feel that way sometimes. We're blinded to it because we are not open to it. Our minds can trick us. Our hearts can blind us. But our souls do not play such games. And so if you can take that emotion, negative emotion, and turn it around and replace it with something positive, such as sharing what you're missing with someone else, whether it be a cup of coffee with a human, or a long walk with a dog, or even holding a baby in need, in desperate need of affection in hospitals. It's all there. And it's the replacement. It's the alchemy of you taking that heaviness that you feel, the heaviness of the emotion, and turning it into light, and from lead to gold. You have that power within you to do so. To understand that is the expansion of your own sacred self, to take this negative energy coursing through you. It's no longer about how you got there. It's that you now understand, you now walk forward with the understanding that you have the ability within you to replace the energy that is coursing through your body. It is the E equals motion. It's the replacement of that negative energy to positive energy, so that as it works its way through your body, you don't know it. That is the effortless emotion and emotional power grid you want. You want it to be effortless. It doesn't happen overnight. In fact, my beautiful friend even complimented me in the strength of my words, and I shared with her that it was simply because I was now on the other side in some ways of where she is. Perhaps in no way, shape, or form did I arrive in the same way that she did. But it's the principles of the emotional process that we go through so many times in our lives. Hopefully not many, but we do. And that is the story that I share with you today. You have the power within you. You are this beautiful power system, and you have the ability within you to replace all the negative energy, whether it be by the smallest, so that you can see the smallest beauty that the divine universe has, that shows you that you're on the right path, that you're doing okay. It comes in the simplest form. It can come as simple as you seeing a ladybug cross your path across the window. And you never saw it arrive and you never saw it leave. But sometimes it's the simplicity of that will put a smile on your face, that continues to bolster the positive energy that you are now receiving, because you are replacing these negative emotions with the positive. And that is what organic divinity is, and that is the expansion of thyself. Living life every day and being open to receiving all that the beautiful divine universe has in store or has available. What a wonderful way to be.